What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Ziggy Doom, man. Another podcast. This one is been a long time coming. I know I probably went maybe a whole month without a podcast, but y'all, been kind of rough, man. I got a raccoon in my house, and I wasn't here. I was out of town. My son called me and he said, "Dad, there's a raccoon in the house," and he didn't know what to do. And of course, I wasn't there to try to, be there to do something. I tried to walk him through the steps, but he didn't feel comfortable. Luckily, we had a mulligan. Someone came through and they was able to help us get the raccoon out. So the raccoon is gone, but now I got to get a chimney cap to put on my roof and prevent any further raccoon incursions getting into my house. That's not something you expect in the city. You don't expect a raccoon to be in your kitchen, eating your food, looking at you and just looking like, "What's up?" Like you bothering them or something, or like they live there. So got to take care of that. That's life stuff. But this episode, man, I want to talk about fair versus equal. But as y'all know, this is not just about life, right? It's about sports, video games, other things. So let me address two quick things. First of all, in the NFL, I like sports. I'm a Bears fan from Chicago, go Bears. But it is a violent sport. It's contact sport. Now, when I played back in the days, we wore pads, helmets, everything, and we were protected. Luckily, I didn't get any major injuries or major hits, so I think I'll be okay. But the NFL now is not like it was back in the day. These guys are big, and they like strong and fast, and they hit really hard. So when you do something like that over and over, even if you have protection, sooner or later that protection may not be enough in certain situations, which is why we have things like concussions. So Miami quarterback Tua, I'm not going to even say his last name because I'm going to butcher it, and I don't want to butcher his last name. He's a quarterback for Miami. His name is Tua. He's a relatively small guy for a quarterback, and he's had 4 concussions within the last 2 years. I watched his last game this past Thursday against Buffalo, and he got another concussion, and you can see rigor mortis set in on his body when he got hit. And although he's a young guy, he's only in his 20s, I think he should really have conversations with his family about like retiring or doing something different. He's young and he loves the sport, and it's hard to tell somebody that loves something, hey, you got to stop doing that, especially prematurely. So I don't know if that's the route he's going to go. But I think personally he should wear a guardian cap the rest of his time in the NFL. Put a guardian cap on over his helmet to give him some added protection. But my instinct tells me this guy's young, he's ambitious, he wants to win. I think he's going to go out there and play with the regular helmet and risk further concussions. They had a neurologist the last time he got hit that cleared him to play. They since fired them, but Tua, man, you young. I think you should really have a conversation with your family and figure out what you're going to do. And if you do continue to play football, I think you should wear a guardian cap. That's just me. Safety first, man. Football is a small part of your life. You want to live the rest of your life knowing your family. And even if you got millions of dollars, if you can't enjoy it because you don't remember who your family is or you can't remember the day of the week, then what's the point, right? So that's for Tua. Shannon Sharpe. Y'all may know him or may not know him. He hosts Nightcap. He's a former NFL player, played tight end. He hosts the Nightcap show with Chad Ochocinco, who's also a former NFL player. And he does his thing on First Take. He got his own clothing line, own drink. He's relatively successful. He does the Shay Shay too, where he does interviews with like Cat Williams, Monique, Marlon Wayans. I think he did one with Cedric the Entertainer, Steve Harvey, and it's pretty big, right? He's blown up since the internet. He's got a lot of internet fame. His favorite basketball player is LeBron James. So Shannon Sharpe is relatively known. If you listening to this, I'm pretty sure you know of or about Shannon Sharpe, and he has ran into some controversy, which is also controversy in itself. A video leaked of him doing something with someone in the background, and it is on the internet. Y'all can easily find it. I am not going to put no links to that because I have children. They watch my channel. I got to keep it a certain level. But it got leaked. Okay, now there's a lot of questions about it, right? There's people that's making fun of him in a good way, being lighthearted about it. There's his friends, mocking him, whatever. And there's women that are like, oh wow, really? Now they have interest. But the controversy behind it is the way it was set up. You can go watch the video, man. It is not hard to find. For me, it seems like the audio in the video was just too good for it to be something that accidentally happened. It's crisp audio. If you've ever did video editing or do any kind of videos or recordings, audio is important. When you record on your phone versus when you have a microphone, it sounds different. So if you're accidentally recording something, the noise in the background should not sound like it's coming from a microphone unless you lay with a microphone next to your bed every night. And that's what it sounds like. The audio just sounds way too clear for it to be something that accidentally happened. Then, on top of that, in order to get on Instagram Live, you have to go through a couple of steps, right? You can't just pick up your phone, click on Instagram, and put it down. You have to actually click on one thing, and then it says you're about to start live. Are you sure you want to start live? And then you have to click yes on that. So for it to be on Instagram Live, he had to have activated it first before he threw his phone. But I don't know. That's just fishy to me. And then he did an interview, I think the next day, maybe even later on that day, where he was apologizing and saying he was embarrassed about it. But then in the same breath, he's talking about, yeah, get these honey packs. I told you, Ocho, I don't play, So it's like, are you embarrassed, or is this some kind of promotion for what you can do in that area? And that, for me, those raised some flags. Now, I'm not saying it was staged. I'm not saying it was a publicity stunt. But it just, for me, as somebody that records and understands how sound works, it just seems like, bruh. And then the sounds that were being made, they didn't seem natural. It seemed like if you're doing one action, then the reaction wouldn't be the sound that was made in the video. I'm trying so hard to PG-13 this. The sound didn't match. But once again, y'all, I don't know. I can't say it's completely staged, but those were some questions that was raised for me, because when you record something intentionally, the lighting, the sound, the setup, the background, all that stuff is gonna be important. But when you accidentally recording, it shouldn't sound like you on a sound stage or you got an AMSR mic. So I don't know, but that's kind of the thing right now with Shannon Sharpe. And I mean, obviously, it's not gonna ruin his career, his reputation. The man, he has some good takes. He dropped some jewels, and while a lot of those things and stuff I already know, the typical regular audience, those are eye opening to them. And I watch him. I subscribe to his channel. He's definitely worth listening to on a podcast. That's why I listen. I mean, I don't believe everything he says, but he does make some really good points. But that's enough free publicity for him, because Shannon Sharpe ain't finna put Ziggy Doom on his podcast. Yeah, Ziggy Doom. Fair versus equal. Are they the same? Are they different? What do you think? So when I asked people this, surprisingly, more people said no, they're not the same, than people that said yes, they are. And I was actually impressed, oh wow, interesting. So here's the thing with fair versus equal, and this will definitely apply to family members and co-workers, right? So when something is fair, it is across the board, right? Across the board, equal opportunity, equal access for everyone. And I know I'm using equal with fair, saying they different, but you just got to stay with me. It's fair across the board, right? Even across the board. When you apply for a job, everyone can apply for that job. Everyone on the planet, right? Aerosmith engineer is hiring. You don't have, you can apply. Just go fill out your information and apply, right? That is equal. That is equal. Everyone has the equal ability to apply. You can all go online and apply for that job, right? If you have multiple kids, you tell all of your kids, every single one of them, hey, clean up your room. You tell every single one of them to clean up their room, right? Equally. Every single one of them, equally, you told to clean up their room. Clean up your room, clean up your room, clean up your room, clean up your room, clean up your room. Equal, right? Fair is when the people that apply for that job, based on their qualifications, it will determine if they get the job or not. So if I have a 8 years of engineering, I got a degree, I've been an intern, I've done all that, and I apply for this job, and you have somebody that just literally looked at an ad, fresh out of high school, no background in engineering, nothing, no intern, nothing, and they just apply. Is it fair that I get the job because I'm more qualified? Yeah, it is. Is it fair for the person that's not qualified to say, oh, that's not right? You shouldn't have got the job. I should have got the job. Come on. If I tell all of my children, hey, if you clean up your room, you get an ice cream. Equal. And then all of a sudden, 4 of my kids clean up their room and one of them doesn't. Is it fair for me to give all 5 of them ice cream? I don't know. It's not. Because why am I giving the one child that didn't clean up ice cream when everybody else cleaned up for the ice cream? Now, that is about as simple as I can explain the difference between fair and equal. But you're gonna have people who think that fair and equal are the same, and they're not. Because fairness is based on what you've done for that item or that benefit or that situation, what you've done to be the most eligible for it, right? Or the one who gets it, right? In a contest, in a race, everyone starts at the same place, right? Everybody equally on the same line. When you march, you said go, pow. Everybody run. The fastest person wins the race, gets the first place award. That's fair. Now, somebody will try to twist that and say, well, what if somebody slipped? Or what if somebody fell? Or what if somebody pulled a muscle? It's not fair then? No, it's still fair. It's still fair that person won a race. It's just unfortunate that somebody got an injury or whatever. Like if you know you can beat this person and y'all both start the race and you pull a muscle and that person win, that's unfortunate, but it's still fair. You can't feel any kind of way about that. And I don't know about other people's children. I can't speak on other people's children, but with my children, it's across the board. It's like, look, if you listen, if you do what you're told, then it's only fair that I give you things that you ask for. But if you don't listen and you don't do what you told, it's only fair that I don't give you the things that you want or feel entitled to. That's fair. But you can't put fair and equal. And y'all, I'm rubbing my nose a lot because it's pollen or something and it's killing my nose. So don't think I got some kind of sniffing condition. It's just pollen or whatever. It's dust. It's killing me right now. But don't get fair and equal confused as the same thing. And this one was a while coming. I was gonna put this out a while ago, but life happens, y'all. You get caught up with things going here and there. I had a funeral. My best friend had a passing away in his family, so I had to go to Chicago for that. Shot down to Tennessee, talked to my daughter, and then I'm back in Texas to check on the raccoon here, then back to Artesia. and within 4 days span. So I be really kind of moving around. So one of these days I'll have the luxury maybe of having someone to assist me with these things. Probably not. But that's the main thing, man. Fair and equal are different. And I just explained to you guys why I think they're different. Y'all may disagree, but that's what it's about, right? As always, leave everything in the comments, man. Hit me up on the back channel. Everything in my social media is public. If you say you can't find Ziggy Doom, it's because you're not looking for Ziggy Doom. Ziggy Doom ain't hiding. I'm not under a rock or blocking phone calls or ducking this person. I'm easy to reach. Easy. So leave it in the comments, man. I got to do some more music. I've had a writer's block. I don't know if y'all know what that is, but writer's block is a real thing. And I've had writer's block for like, man, at least 2 months. I get started on something and then I just blank, and I get stuck. And I got to come back days, weeks later. In this case, months later. But I'm pushing my music. Next year after next year, I'm done with the music thing. I think I've made enough music, as long as I have been doing it since my teen years, to last. I got a decent catalog of music that I'm comfortable with. Now, if in a weird case, someone wants me to be featured on their music, then yeah, I'll do that. But me putting out any more mixtapes, any more albums, any more ciphers, nah, I'm gonna just hang that one up, y'all. But that's life, right? You transition. Life happens in phases. You know, you're young, you're reckless, then you old, you try to learn from it. And when you really old, you tend to value time with your family over money to spend. And I think I'm there now where I'm trying to make sure the little time I have left, I spend it with my loved ones and doing things that will benefit them ultimately. Because I'm good. I can just live in a box with a hole in the wall. I'm good with that. But that's what it's about, man. So yeah, equal, fair. Oh my God, my nose. Equal, fair. Two different things. Just explain to y'all why I think they're two different things. If y'all disagree, that's fine. Leave it in the comments. We gonna keep these podcasts coming, y'all. I got so many ideas, so many thoughts. I'm actually thinking about writing a movie, but I need actors, and my children don't really like being on camera anymore. So, and I don't really have people that I reach out to. Hey, you want to be in this movie with me? So that might be the challenging part, actually finding people that want to be in the movie. But I'm thinking about doing that. Write a little script. You know, my last couple of years here as an old man, I can be able to get that done and put that out there for y'all. But in any case, man, thank y'all for watching. Like, share, subscribe, do what you do. And until the next podcast, be easy.